Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am back. I am back home. I am back streaming. I'm back to Animal Crossing. Thank you for bearing with me while I was taking a bit of a break. I was hoping to be able to stream more while I was home, but I very quickly discovered that my parents' Wi-Fi couldn't handle someone streaming if there was literally anybody else in the house using Wi-Fi. So it made it very difficult to stream. I'm sorry if you were watching my last stream. I didn't realize how laggy it was until I finished streaming. Luckily, that VOD is out on my YouTube, which is not only linked in my Twitch, but it's also just the same username as on Twitch, just DufferKH. So if you're unsubscribed to me there, you should go subscribe to me. Anyways, we're back on Animal Crossing. I've already done most of my daily tasks for the day. The only thing I haven't really done is shake trees. But first I wanted to show you some of the updates that were made since I last showed anything on stream. The biggest thing would be this area over here. I've kind of started working on getting that kind of gardeny fairy tale aesthetic set up. Right now it's a little tough to fully envision it with the snow on the ground and everything looks very wintry. But I'm hoping that, not only come spring, but then especially come summer when all of my hydrangeas are in bloom, this will look perfect. This is what I've been working on, just this little neighborhood area around the houses. Obviously, I already had all the water features here, but I've got some more custom paths set up. I figured realistically, you're going to want some pathing to go into each of the houses. Looks like some of these flowers have overgrown a bit, so I'm going to take some of these. So come spring, and then possibly even come summer, I may have to do a bit of reorganizing here. I feel like some things look very jarringly green right now, but it won't look as drastic once the weather is different. It just looks kind of crazy, I feel in the snow. But I've got my little bookshop here set up. And I've also started working on kind of this area around here. I set up different paths for me to get up. I'm actually going to grab this weed right here. I also used a bunch of these little glowing weeds from the DLC, which look really cool at night. So I'm really happy with how those are looking. I'm curious how they will look in spring with all of this, because I kind of have, for color scheme, I'm going just kind of a normal green, what you see with the grass and the trees and these hedges and the vines. But then also having this blue and having this more almost a chartreuse kind of green. It's kind of a lime green there. So I'm trying to combine all that together, and I'm actually using some cosmos interspersed with it, which is really funny because cosmos are actually my native flower, and I did not like them. It's my least favorite flower in the game, but I think they work pretty well with this. I'm curious to see how it looks in the spring, because I do like the looks of the hydrangeas and the mums more. But I don't want to use the white hydrangea or white mum, but I feel we need something white to mix with it. So we'll see. Right now I'm leaning towards the white Cosmo, but that might be changed. And then I've still got some gardening set up here. So I'm trying to get more tulips. If you watched, I don't know if it was maybe a couple streams ago, I've been working on setting up my little rainbow tulip field that's over here. So I've got this set up over here. So I need more orange tulips. I also still need just any purple tulips. I don't have any purple tulips yet. And then I also need more pink tulips, which I have farming farther up on my island. I'm also working on a green mum farm. So the green mums that I do have, my sister very so kindly gifted to me. But I do want to still at least try to get green mums myself. That way I don't feel as cheaty. But I also have all of those that my sister gave me, all of the extras set up here to ideally farm more. Which I actually need to move this one. So still trying to get more of these, since I'm probably going to use them all over my island. I'm sorry, I'm moving my joystick. Oh, there we go. Nothing was happening. Okay. Get that here. Oh, I guess I have one extra one too. I may go in and chop down this tree as well. It's kind of in the way. Guess I maybe should have shook it with the net first to make sure I wasn't going to get got by wasps. There are my pink tulips. You can see I need a lot more pink tulips, which maybe another good task for today would be setting up some like white and red tulips to try to farm more. I don't know. Do I have more or are they just the ones in my field? This is where I'm keeping all of my extra flowers until the update comes out. Okay, so I have lots of red and then just like one white. I might also have some more farther up. I can check those as well. I was also only able to find 3 of my fossils today. So if you see one, let me know. Okay, no, these are... Oh, no, I have some white tulips. Okay, so I'll probably set up like a little mini farm to try to get some more pink tulips because they are not multiplying as quickly as I was hoping that they would. But then... So this is the only update I made. I tried to refrain from making like too many updates. So this is all I've worked on just so that I could kind of start establishing what I wanted this area to look like. Oh, balloon. I thought I heard one. You'll also notice that I have a campsite visitor right now. Katatsu, cool. I love a Katatsu. So for Christmas, I got Bones amiibo. Look at how happy he looks in this. I'm sorry. The Bones is coming to the island. He's making his way here. I've already given him, he asked for a garden rock, which you can see there on the back. So I already got that for him. I'm not planning on getting rid of Fret because I've actually like fallen in love with Fret. I think he is so funny. Some of the more like unique conversation I've had. I also like that he's a cranky villager, so he has the low voice, but then he also has the music hobby. So when he sings with like an extra deep voice, which just like makes me laugh. So I'm keeping Fret. And to be completely honest, I think I want to keep Mac too. So I'm trying to figure out who all I'm going to get rid of. Right now, because I still am thinking of maybe bringing back Sherb. That's, I feel like, a little more TBD now that I like guaranteed have Bones since I have his amiibo. This is Fret's house, which I think is wonderful. Obviously, it's a complete mess, but I love that it's a complete mess. This is the sweater I was trying to get him to wear. He wore it for a little bit and then took it off. So that's annoying because he looked much cuter in the sweater I gave him than the little shirt that he came with. So I'll probably have to gift him some more clothes to try to get him to wear them. Yeah, I love Fret's house. I'll probably still like redo it through the DLC and just like change it up a little bit, but I definitely want to keep the messy aesthetic. I feel like it's just like, I don't know, really like adds something. I just like when a house is actually like unique and has like a distinct theme going on, which when Bones comes to my island, you'll see that as well. He's got like a little like library set up, so it's very cute. So let's get some. This flower also expanded. Just trying to keep it at least a little clean. Once I like have everything like really finalized, I'll probably add some just like clear tiles so that it doesn't like continue to like outgrow. Okay, I do have a little setup where I've got my blue hyacinths to try to get more since I know I'm gonna need a lot more than just what I have right now. I don't really have much like great space to put like more flowers, especially for farming. I've stopped expanding this because this is obviously massive for getting more blue hyacinths. I wonder if maybe I start taking away some of that so I can start expanding more, especially because I still need to get tulips and purple tulips. Got a lot of flower breeding that I have to do. So still trying to catch up on all of that. But what I'm going to work on right now is shaking some trees to try to get the items that come out of the trees. Yeah. Oh, well, that was quick. What is it? Neutral corner? Is this like the boxing corner? Oh. Yeah. Okay. Oh, also, you may notice the statue precariously placed here. I accidentally wiped away my path, and it was happening last night when like the whole New Year's thing was going on. So it's like, okay, I've got my little Happy New Year hat on and I didn't want to change out of that to put on the construction hat because it was like getting so close to midnight. It was like, okay, I don't want to like risk missing it with like my party hat and everything. So I just put that there. I guess we can go ahead and fix it. But I should also probably fix my outfit because I look crazy right now. But I'll fix this real quick. This is what's really annoying about the custom tiles is if you try to like pick something up that's near it, you'll wipe it away. So I think I was trying to like pick up a present or something and I accidentally wiped away my custom tile instead, which is like really annoying that that happens. I also think I hear another present, speaking of which. You ever hear that kind of like whistling wind sound? That means a present's coming by. Let me get this. I'm also going to change my outfit. I look ridiculous right now. It was fun for the little New Year's party. Not really a vibe for just shaking trees. Some tea. Do I want to wear this? No, not particularly. All right. Oh, I guess that's one other thing that I did change. I'll show you. So originally down by Abel's sisters, I had a little like cotton candy stand set up. I changed it to this because I figured it'd be cute to have like a little like beach like changing room, especially right next to. I've kind of set this up to seem a little bit like a surf shop with like the surfing boards and everything. So I figured like a little changing room near the beach would kind of make a bit of sense. I also did just get the DIY for the little like Cosmo shower, so that could even be cute to like set up next to it. So it's kind of like you can like change into your swimsuit and like wash off or like vice versa. So I could probably even like scooch this over and set that up there. And then I just put this wall behind it. It looked odd with just that. So I wanted to make it clear that this is kind of like attached to Abel Sisters, and this like green kind of like, I don't know, like wall or whatever you want to call it matches the green of the roof of Abel Sisters. I know it's kind of hard to see with the snow, but I think at the right time of year, it'll look very cohesive and make it clear that it all goes together. But this is so much more convenient than going all the way up to like upstairs in my house in order to change in the dresser there. Especially like I can buy new clothes from Abel Sisters and just come right out here and change. So it's just very, very like convenient for playing the game. I'll probably keep those socks on. All right, let's pick out a top. I've got lots of duplicates too. I should probably start removing and like selling some of them, but I haven't run out of space yet. Could be cute. Let's go with that. I pretty much always wear the same pair of pants. These. They're by far my favorite like jeans in the game. I did just get these. So maybe we'll go with those. They're very similar. Like I just like the shape of these jeans versus these. Personally, I like the like baggier leg. I know that's just kind of like what's trendy right now. I think we'll go with these, especially the top is kind of plain. So I feel like the pinstripes add a little nice touch. Gotta go with the classic. This is definitely my favorite winter hat. I also did buy a bunch of Santa hats with the idea of giving them to my villagers on Christmas, and then they all wear Santa hats anyway. It's just like part of the in-game mechanic, so I can sell all of those extras as well. Yeah, because these hats just aren't quite as cute. I mean, I could do the red, I guess, if I want to tie it into the little like red seal on the sweater. I'll do that, switch it up. I don't think I'll wear any of this. There are a lot of cute glasses in the game, but I don't wear glasses in real life, so I feel like I'm like appropriating like glasses culture by wearing them in game. I'm sure that sounds ridiculous. Yeah, I think that looks cute. Okay. Do I want to wear... I could wear the little teddy bear backpack. That would bring in more of the red. I could also wear my sword. They're like the two sides of me. Teddy bear backpack or sword? We'll go teddy bear backpack. Ooh. Wrong thing. Nope, nope, nope. Don't want to do that. Nice. I've also been steadily working on getting my Nook Miles back up. Pretty much all that I've mostly done on this island since I wasn't streaming it anymore was just making sure that I was doing my daily tasks. So I really haven't done much more than that other than just adding this and adding some more plants and stuff over here. I know this is kind of a pretty big achievement, especially I was so proud of this little duck pond. I think it looks really, really cute. I did this some custom pathing and then added these little decoy ducks that my sister gave me. But I still plan on adding more of this kind of vibe up over here as well. So if you're upset that you missed it, I will be doing more of that up here as well. Right now, I'm just using the space for farming, but I have a bunch of some statues and stuff, even the one that you saw me pick up earlier up that I want to set up over here and add more to the gardens, maybe some tables or a picnic or something like that. I don't know. I feel like it's a decent amount of space and I can always can't push it too much that way without changing that significantly. And I could get rid of this and move this up a little bit more if I wanted to make more space here. Part of the issue is just obviously this cliff blocks quite a decent amount of view from this. Woohoo, my favorite streamer is live again. Welcome, Shrimp. Oh, thank you for the follow. Welcome, welcome. Okay, let's shake some trees. What are you up to today, Shrimp? Hello, I have 1,180 hours in this game, and I'm looking forward to the update. I love watching content of Animal Crossing New Horizons on here. Well, you and me both. Okay, I don't have that many hours for sure. In fact, I can check and see how many hours I have, because I have been curious to see. Oh, could be in settings. So, because when I started back up, I think I had just over 100 hours, but I've definitely put in a lot of hours since then. I definitely don't want to delete the data. Your profile, not settings. Gotcha, gotcha. That makes sense, I guess. Play activity settings, maybe? No. You saw it? You have 275 hours. Oh, it popped up. Oh, dang. So I put in 175 hours since it started back up. That's crazy. Was it? Oh, I see. It's just on here. Yeah, 275 hours. That's crazy. So definitely not nearly 1,200. But still quite a bit. I know I started playing again because I was just really excited for the update as well. I think it'll bring some fun gameplay. I also do really like the decorating aspect of this game, but like the idea of being able to decorate hotel rooms. I'm also really excited for the Dream Islands because I think it'll be fun to be able to play around with some different themes for islands as well. You can see most of my islands still pretty bare. But we're working on it. I'm focusing on the lower parts of my island. So this up here is mostly just some farmland area. Right now I'm just going around and trying to get the items from the trees because I'm still trying to get like my inventory up more of just like what items I have available. I did complete my museum in gyroids 100%. Oh my gosh, I feel like I'm still so far away from completing the museum. I always tend to play this game around the holidays. So a lot of like the bugs and the fish and stuff that I have from this game are like the November and December ones. So I still need to get a bunch. I've gotten some outside of the seasons from like Cat Islands. I'm also only one fossil away, so I'm really close to completing my fossils. And then I imagine I'm not even halfway through the art. I'm not taking the effort to get all the DIYs. Oh, I don't blame you. That's why there's still like some specific DIYs that I'm on the hunt for. But obviously there's a lot that I don't really need. Oh, I did not say Happy New Year, by the way. Well, Happy New Year to you as well. Thank you. Do you have any goals for this year besides the Animal Crossing update? The nice thing about looking for the items in the winter is a lot of the trees have like the lights and stuff on them, so all they'll drop is bulbs. Oh, there it is. Mounted black bass. Okay, I don't think I'll use it. Oh, there's the last fossil I was looking for, though. I can see why I missed it. Oh, that's so hard to answer. When people ask me about resolutions, I'll just say I'll have to see along the way. I know I never really make like a New Year's goals for myself because I feel like I'm just always like constantly trying to like make improvements in my life. And so I don't necessarily wait for like a whole new year to start working on them. Like if there's something that I want to do, I just like start working on that like then and there, rather than like waiting for the next year. So I can definitely relate to that. All right, odds are this isn't the last fossil I need, but we'll see. You never know. I was still like missing one in the day. I had already like had the other 3 that I found assessed, but I can go get this one assessed. Same. Yeah, exactly. I feel like waiting for like a specific date to start, then just like, what's the point? Just start now. I haven't made any myself. I've just found them like through the online portal. Because I agree. Oh gosh, I hit B instead of A. All right, there we go. I just know I wouldn't be able to get them as detailed as some of them are. When the update comes out, I will be on here, aka Twitch, to watch people do their contents. Oh, well, I will certainly be playing it, so. Wait. Oh my gosh. I need the Triceratops tail. My heart just skipped a beat for a moment when he said it was the skull. Oh my gosh. Oh, that was so close. All right, all good then. I should sell some of the stuff in my inventory. Oh, I'm also excited for the new items that they're coming out with. I feel like my house just needs a big overhaul in general, and I like a lot of the new items. They're very modern, so I'll probably be using a bunch of those. The very last fossil is the hardest. Oh, I'm sure it'll take weeks, if not months, to find it. Sell this to get it out of my inventory. Same with the sticks. I have plenty. It won't let me sell. Oh, that's why. I didn't realize you couldn't sell that. I also hear a balloon. The art section of the museum is the very last one that I completed. I thought she was about to ask to leave. Sure. I I always just say yes to these, even if I don't want the item. The art museum is... Oh, yeah. This art section of the museum. Oh, I know. Because I feel like the rest of them, like... You know, you can always just, like, grind getting more fish and, like, using bait and stuff like that. Didn't hear a balloon. Maybe it's just the ocean. I also already helped Gullivar. Like, you can grind getting all of that stuff, but it's like the art, I mean, that's just RNG. I have gotten to the point where I am just, like, at least making sure that I buy one item from Red per day, so it's, like, constantly cycling new things in to increase my chances of getting all of the art, but it's definitely tough. It's also, like, you know, there's a benefit to getting all of the fish and all of the insects because you can get some of the golden tools, but there's not really any benefit to getting all of the art other than just saying you've done it. You're going to eat now. Hopefully you will still be here. Yeah, definitely. Go enjoy some food. Thanks for joining. Right, but let's work on getting my flower breeding set up a bit better. I'm doing pretty all right on blue hyacinths. I feel like it's like my tulips that really need some help. So I've had this blue hyacinth farm going, but I also have some extras down here already. So I think I'm going... Honestly, I might just remove all of this. And just focus on, like, expanding the ones that I currently have. Just store... Oh, not that. Store all of this. Still hear a balloon, but again, I'm right next to the ocean, so that's probably it. Let me plant these white cosmos, because I do want to hang on to these, because as of right now, I'm using them. But now I'm going to dig up a bunch of these. I'll definitely keep some. Maybe I'll just keep the ones that are already, like, in line with the rest of my flowers in case I do get to a point where I'm like, oh my gosh, I need a lot more blue hyacinths. Which I'm sure that point will come. For now, we'll go ahead and just do this. This is also getting to be a pain to water. And since I wasn't, like, desperately needing more blue hyacinths, I kind of just, like, didn't bother with watering. I know you don't get much money from selling flowers, but I'm going to go ahead and just sell all of these anyway. So you can't store them in your inventory yet. I'm wondering, so what? This is me saving only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I probably should save at least 10. So we'll save the ones in that row as well. Just trying to clear up space to make my flower breeding a bit easier. And to, like, try to get some more, like, pink and honestly probably even some more orange tulips. I do definitely, like, need more orange, but I'm doing better on those right now. But I also need the orange in order to get the purple, and I haven't gotten any purple tulips yet. From my orange tulips, I've gotten black, red, and yellow. Let me just move this down. Doesn't matter which one I plant. gonna switch this up there. I will say the winter has been great for flower breeding because of how often it snows. So I haven't been having to do as much watering. Go ahead and just plant like 2 more over here. Okay. I swear that's actually a balloon this time. Oh yeah, I think I see it back there. Yeah. Okay. Like right where I was. I'm gonna need to wait for it to traverse this field of flowers, otherwise the present will just disappear. So I'm gonna have to like wait over here on this side. There we go. Big festive tree. I have gotten this DIY so many times. So this tree's kind of been annoying me. It's been making it hard to see this field. We're just gonna get rid of it. Honestly, this one as well. Okay, well, I will have to make another one to finish chopping down this tree. So I need a flimsy axe, which is just wood. Okay, so I need plain wood and iron. That, I did not mean to pick that up. Okay, let's replace that. Maybe I should have to put that away. I'm gonna get more from this tree, but oh well. Oh, wait. It's craftable because I already have one, but I want both. Oh. I guess I just had a flimsy axe that whole time. I didn't even have my stone axe. Okay, so I need tree branches and stone. Okay. All right. Wait a second. I did that wrong. It goes flimsy to regular. Okay. Well, we're gonna have an extra stone axe. I was thinking it was flimsy, then stone, then the regular axe. But I don't want to upgrade it to stone. I just do this straight to an axe. All right. Let's put all that extra stuff away as well as my extra axe. Just chopping this down. No. Put that extra wood away. Just gonna sell this. Or I'll keep it in case one of my friends wants it. Oh my gosh, I put away the axe instead of the wood. I just keep on messing up. So I want to put this away. Oh wait, no, I have the stone axe. Never mind. Oh, I must have just put away the extra stone axe. Okay. What am I missing? My watering can? Did I accidentally put my watering can away? Yes, I did. Oh my gosh, and look, I had an axe all along. I had an extra one sitting. Okay, well, all's well now anyway. I bet my shovel's gonna break soon too. I'm calling it now. Sorry if that was like... That was weird. Sorry if that was like a struggle to watch. I know I've had that where I'm watching someone do something and they just repeatedly mess it up. And I'm just like screaming at the video. Okay, not actually screaming, obviously, but it can be painful sometimes. I get it. Oh, yeah. Try it again. Let's go sell all of these. I've got enough stockpiled. I could finish out this row, I guess. You kidding me? Let's go sell these. All of these flowers are gonna get me maybe like 300 bucks. While I'm here, I'm also going to preemptively buy another shovel. Okay, more than I thought. But not much. I don't think that's even enough to buy this shovel. No, it's not. I know I can make one. Oh, I could have bought an axe too. Alright, this is fine. I'll start by setting up my like tulip breeding over here. And then we'll see how much space I have left. I'll go sell those first, though. You're right in my little path. I don't know why I put that away. I'm about to dig up tulips. Thank you for the raid. Hello. Thank you, Ivandella, for the raid. Oh my gosh. Welcome, everyone. Currently working on doing some like flower breeding for my Animal Crossing island. Welcome, everyone. Oh, this is so exciting. Thank you. Oh my gosh, and I met my follower goal. Thank you so much. How are you guys doing today? Oh, thank you for the follow. Slay. Good, how are you? Well, doing much better now. Oh my gosh. Trying to start off the year right. Oh yeah, there's my thing for the follower goal. Thank you. This is so cozy. I love Animal Crossing. Thank you. I do too. I like got into it later than most people, so now I'm trying to get my island ready for this update. How's the Animal Crossing going? Oh, good. I've been trying to breed a bunch of different colored tulips because I want to set up like a little like rainbow tulip field. And I desperately need more pink, more orange, and literally any purple. So right now I'm digging up some tulips so I can try getting some more. You want to start streaming it soon? Do you have an island set up or would you be starting a new one? How long have you been streaming? Not very long. It's probably been like a month, but then I also like took a week off for the holidays. So all in, maybe only like 3 weeks. Nice, yeah. It's definitely been fun. It's been a bit of a whirlwind. I feel like the hardest part is just like getting like everything set up, but then like once I have that, I feel like I've gotten into a big groove. A tulip rainbow field would be super cute. I know, I can show you what I have so far, but it looks pretty sad. So obviously I have these like 4 pink tulips, but I need more than that. I just have like a little field set up. Because I guess I'll show you the coolest part of my island too. And that is a castle that I built. This is like my pride and joy. But then I have this little like rainbow tulip field that I want to set up. So you can see I already have like plenty of the like the default colors. That looks so good. Thank you. But I didn't even realize that you could build a castle, but then I saw some castle pieces and I'm like, wait a second, I have an idea. I know, I didn't know it either. So I just have the default colors for the tulips. So I need orange, pink, and purple. And so I have orange and pink, but then you have to breed orange to get purple. And I've been working on doing that, but I haven't had any luck. So right now I'm trying to like set up a better, just like setup, I guess, for my flower breeding to try to get the colors that I need and just more. Like this still isn't even enough orange, and I definitely don't have enough pink. Yeah, and then this is kind of like my little garden fairy tale, like villager like housing area right next to the castle. Little duck pond. Set them up in like little layers. I'm excited to be able to like redo the exteriors of the buildings because not all of them quite go with the vibe. I'm obsessed. Thank you. I've always liked doing decorating games. Like I played a lot of like The Sims as well. So this is like in my element. I spent way too much time watching HGTV with my parents growing up. I would think purple would be hard to get. Yeah, they're definitely the hardest for the tulips. I know the hardest flower in the game to get is the blue rose, which luckily I'm not using. I have the blue hyacinth, but the blue hyacinth is actually pretty easy to get. You just use white hyacinths. And 2 white hyacinths can create a blue one. That's what I previously had set up here. That's why I still have some of these like white hyacinths. But I'm pretty good on the blue now, so I'm trying to get other things set up. Okay, I'll maybe set up my orange just right below my pink. It's always best to just like do it in a grid to increase the chance. I have a whole spot here, right? Yes, I need to move those bottom ones up. I'll put it where I am right now. And I have more white tulips that I can grab from like up in my hills. To try to get more pink by just mixing red and white. All right, there we go. Let me go grab those. What's your favorite flower? Well, it's definitely different in-game than real life. In-game, I like the hyacinths and the mums. Specifically the blue hyacinths and the green mums, which is like what I'm mostly using. But in real life, I actually prefer tulips. I just think the tulips look kind of boring in the game. Whereas I think they're much prettier in real life. What about you? What's your favorite flower? I also do like, these are like red windflower or wildflower. These right here, because they look like poppies, and I do really like poppies. All right, right. Oh, balloon. I don't know the actual name of the flower, but people call them heart flowers. Is it one of the flowers in game, or is this like real life? The rose. Oh, yeah, that's fair. The roses in this game actually do look pretty. Ooh. Keep this on quite a bit cozier. Like the pink rose. I think I have one over here. Yeah, I do love how the pink rose in this game looks. You haven't played this game, so I don't know. Okay, so maybe it's not in it. I've never heard of one called the heart flower. Trying to think of what that could be. You have to go to bed now. That's all good. Good night. Thank you for coming. And thank you for the raid. Night. There's a bit of a method to my madness. Did I get rid of a bunch of my yellow tulips? I may have. I'm gonna try to use the yellow to get some more orange. They literally look like hearts, so they're super pretty. Yeah, that sounds really cool. I'm gonna definitely look those up later because now I'm curious. All right, so hear me out. These two can breed to put some more oranges like down in this area. And these can all breed to try to get more pink. And maybe add some more whites up here as well. What's your fave thing to do? Are you a collector or more of building? Definitely more building than collecting. I've been trying to collect like some of the things. Like I only actually have one more fossil that I need to get. And then I've been trying to work on getting the artwork. That's definitely a bit harder. I've just been like buying something from Red every day, whether I need it or not, or whether it's even real or not, just so I can like constantly cycle this stuff for the artwork. And then as the like months go by, I've looked to see like what new like fish and bugs and stuff there are so that I can try to catch those. But I definitely try to focus more on the building. That's the kind of stuff that I just like do if I'm just like mindlessly playing while watching something. I'm like, okay, might as well just like try to catch some fish, I guess. But I personally prefer like the building and the decorating. All right. Might as well just put more red down here. I feel like this looks like a complete mess, but I think it should work. Gotcha. I'm a big collector of the fish. I like the plans things. I do not like the fishing like mini game for this game. I feel like I struggle so much with it. That's like my least favorite thing to do. Like I don't mind the sea creatures. I don't really mind the bugs. Sometimes the bugs can be frustrating. Fishing, I feel like I'm horrible at. Like I've got all of the fish for the month of, well, I guess December and now January because it's January 1st. There's no new like fish that came out this month. So I've got all of the fish for this month. So luckily you won't catch me fishing until next month at the earliest. But I feel like I'm not very good. Ooh, another balloon. I can get this without it going into the water. Oh, that was close. A candle. I already know this one. Oh, that is understandable. I'm curious to see your fishing skills then. I mean, I can show you. And I will try. I'm not just gonna like fake be bad. Let's find a fish. I just feel like I have such a like, I either will pull it up too early or I have such a delayed reaction that it just like goes away anyway. I mean, obviously I'm okay enough that I've been able to like catch all the fish I need so far. Oh, my sister's online. Okay, here's a fish. Let's try to get it. It's a little guy. Okay. Got it on the first try, at least with placement. Okay. That, I feel like... Oh, it's a rock. It's not even a fish. Oh, I do need more stone, though, so at least that's good. Normally I'm like really bad with placement and I get really frustrated when the fish will just like constantly move. Oh, thank you for the follow. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna be possible anyway. He's like facing the wrong way. Hey, got a first try. I know. It was just a rock. Okay, there's another one. Let's try one that's not just gonna be a rock. Okay, another good placement. Whenever they like bite and catch me immediately, I feel like that's when I do like the worst. Oh. And that's what I tend to do, because why would it bite more than 4 times is the real question. Oh, this is a big boy. It's probably just a sea bass though, right? I think it could be like an olive flounder. Oh, see, he bit immediately. Oh yeah, this is the olive flounder, right? Yeah. Okay, nice. Way better than the sea bass. Oh, who's thinking up there? Gino. They are little tricksters, yeah. A treasure hunt? Okay. I thought she was about to say she wants to leave to go become a pop star. She's like, I have her amiibo. So whenever the ones that I have their amiibo say that, I'm like, yeah, sure, go ahead. And then just see if I can get like a better villager instead. And then if I don't, it's like worst case scenario, I ask him back. How'd you get into video games? So I did play some like GameCube and DS when I was younger. I actually, while I was home for the holidays, I found my old Nintendo DS. And guess what was in it? Animal Crossing. This is Wild World. And I charged this thing up, checked everything's working. I want to figure out how to stream it so we can like look at my old island or islands, because I guess I had like 4 players that I was playing with. So that's I'm excited for that. I just need to figure out how to actually stream from this, because obviously like this wasn't designed to be able to like connect to a monitor or anything. So not sure how I'm going to do that. Yeah, it was meant to be. Exactly. I was surprised to see that Animal Crossing was like already in this. Like I was really worried because the box that I found this in, I had some of my Nintendo games, but I didn't see the box for Animal Crossing. So I was worried that I just like lost it completely, or like one of my siblings had taken it or something. But that's kind of how I like first got into video games. And then like in college, I had some friends who played games, so I would like sometimes play with them. And then it wasn't until, oh gosh, I think it's now been about 2 years since I like actually built a PC, and then I've gotten a lot more into gaming since then, since I can actually play some like more intensive games. All right, let's do this treasure hunt. All right. I've only done one of these, so. Oh, okay. Oh, 6 minutes? Oh, that's so much time. Okay. Is it gonna keep the bar there? Okay, now. What was your major in college? I studied electrical engineering. I'm gonna double check to make sure it's not on this like weird little peninsula over here. I've been on PC for a few years, but now I don't play much, sadly. As you're finishing your degree. Oh, I don't blame you. That's where it's probably good that I wasn't as into gaming in college. Otherwise, that would have been very difficult to try to like do any of that while also trying to like work on a degree. What's your major? Electrical engineering is impressive. Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's kind of funny because it's like, I feel like most people go into engineering if they have like a parent who did it. My parents are not like technical at all. My dad works for a bank and my mom's a teacher. So I kind of just like got into it a little bit like on my own, I guess. But then it's funny because like looking back at like some of the toys I played with as a kid, I played with those like snap circuit toys, and there was like another like circuitry building toy that I had. So it's like, it's kind of funny to look back and like, oh, I guess that kind of like did make sense that I was interested in that all along. Okay, I think this should be it because I already dug up all of the fossils. So this shouldn't be a fossil unless it's a gyroid that I missed. It's the treasure. Mine is medical laboratory science and going to med school after. Oh, congratulations. That's so exciting. That's okay because I bought another one. Okay. Do I need to take the present to her and she opens it up for me maybe? I'm gonna do that just in case. Yes. You dropped out. That's all good. I feel like that's good that like you were able to recognize that it like wasn't for you rather than just like forcing yourself to get a degree because you felt like you needed to. That those electrical engineering skills are handy. Plus engineering in general is a great career. Yeah, it has been. I did get laid off a couple months ago. So but for the most part it's been good. It wasn't like anything that was like on me. It was just company doing mass layoffs. Some of that like bullshit, but what can you do? Oh, okay. Oh, I think I have to put this up either like on a ceiling or a wall. You're a balloon. Yes. Yeah, normally engineering's got like decent like job security and everything. I feel like right now it's just been a bit of a nightmare with the job market in general. Companies be stupid sometimes. Oh yeah, they sure do. Which like the good thing is, so right now I live in Texas and I've kind of been wanting to get out of Texas anyway. So it's like, I'm not upset that I like lost the job. Obviously like don't love being, you know, like unemployed and everything. But I'm not like torn up about the fact that I'm like not working that job anymore by any means. So good and bad to it. It's giving me like a good opportunity to look for something else. Follow your dream. Exactly. I'm gonna sell this fish. I have a friend that lives in Texas and I live in Oklahoma. Yeah, I'm in like the Dallas area, so not too far from Oklahoma. I've driven up there before. I'm originally from Indiana, though. So me, like, coming to Texas was also me, like, getting out of my hometown. Which I wanted to get away from the cold weather, which is why I chose Texas. But I just don't love how, like, car-centric it is here. I'd really like to live somewhere that's got, like, better options for, like, walkability and, like, public transit. Just because I hate driving. Especially in Texas. So I'd like to find somewhere where I just like don't feel like I'm like stuck doing nothing unless I want to drive. Meanwhile, my friends got accepted to Wichita State, Texas A&M, Georgia Tech, Caltech, and one of them is even a biomed major at Johns Hopkins. Dang. I applied to Georgia Tech and got, I think, waitlisted? I ended up going to Purdue, which was a better option because like I'm from Indiana and so I got like in-state tuition. So luckily I didn't have to like, I don't have too crazy like student loans or anything. But I can see like it would be tough like if you feel like your friends are just like excelling so much more than you, which like isn't the case. They're just like on a different path. And I know that might sound like bullshit, like I'm just trying to make you feel better or something, but I feel like it's definitely true. Not everyone was like made to work a 9 to 5 and go to college and do all of that. And I feel like right now, like there's, with how bad student loan debt is, I feel like you like maybe dodged a bullet. Purdue is awesome. Yeah, it ended up being like a really good like opportunity. I got involved in like a co-op program there, so I also got a lot of like work experience while I was in college and also got paid doing that, so that helped a lot with the tuition as well. Back again. Welcome back. I heard they also have a great engineering program up there. Yeah, that's why it's like they're one of the best in the country. I think they're actually, at least when I graduated, they were rated higher than Georgia Tech anyway, so I didn't really like miss out like going there instead. I know part of me just like really wanted to just leave Indiana since I grew up there. What are we talking about now? We're talking about school. So I went to Purdue to study. Sorry, I'm just seeing. Oh, I don't remember. So just talking about like I went to Purdue to study engineering. So just talking about like going to school versus like not. So you're definitely super sorry. I don't know about that, but thank you. I've always been good at math, but then that's kind of it. There's a lot of math in engineering, so I'm more in math too. Yeah. Oh, I guess I already got that DIY from her. I'm debating if I want to keep Lolly or not. I know I had to like write a couple papers for work and it was a nightmare because I hadn't written since like high school. Like-minded individuals here. Yeah, definitely. All right. I think I might leave these mums where they are, but I have some more mums that I can move over there. I might move this setup over here. Well. I'll move the purple ones over. But I'll leave the white ones here. This is a setup to try to get some more green mums, which I have a bunch of green mums, but I got them for my sister. So I want to at least like get a green mum myself so I don't feel like I cheated for them. Which I know like part of this game is just like trading things. So I don't really like feel too much like I cheated. But I think it would still just be fun to just like prove that I can get them myself since they are like one of the harder flowers in the game to get. Shoot, I was trying to get it one apart. I hate group projects the most. Oh, I know. I'm okay at math, LOL, enough to get me through chem classes. I actually really liked chemistry. I considered doing chemical engineering, but ended up just liking circuitry more, which is why I went into electrical. But yeah, group projects suck. It just always turned into like having to do all of the work myself and not getting much help from my like team members. And of course, professors don't care. They just tell you to deal with it. Mechanics here. Oh, nice. Yeah, I did take a statics class through the like mechanical engineering school at Purdue. We had to take like a breath elective and I wanted to do one from the mechanical engineering class. Because at that point I was like debating if I wanted to do like an ME minor or something. And my options were statics or thermodynamics, which is like notoriously one of the hardest college classes at like any college. So I went with statics. Because duh. I'll get the I didn't get this one though. I didn't end up getting the mechanical engineering minor though. I ended up doing like a business management minor instead. Because I was debating like possibly trying to get like an MBA or something eventually, but I don't know anymore. Still trying to figure out exactly what I want to do. Right now I'm just looking for a job. My golden watering can broke? I thought those take like forever to break. All right. Let's get the stuff to make more. I probably should have checked to see what I need. Check the DIY first. Oh, I'm sorry you had to deal with that Jurassic shark. Yeah, that would have been horrible being in the same group as them. I mean, it sucks to just deal with in general. Especially in college. Like, I feel like you hear about like that kind of stuff like in high school, but you always hope that in college people have like matured since then. That's really frustrating. I'm sorry. Yeah, I don't blame you because you would just like have avoided doing any sort of group work if they were just going to harass you the whole time. College bullies is a new kind of cruel. Yeah, well, trust me, what goes around comes around, so karma will definitely get to them. Especially like if that's what they were focused on in college instead of just like focusing on their classes. Like, I can't imagine that'll yield much success. Pass the class at least, and that's all you gotta do. I'm glad you were able to get through it. I can't relate, didn't have to deal with any. That's good. I didn't really deal with the issues with like other students, but sometimes professors, to be honest. Like, I don't know if it was just like him stereotyping me, but like first day of class, some professor decided that he just didn't think I was very smart. And so he like had like when I think it was technically second day of class, I like turned in a homework and he just like didn't believe that I actually knew how to do it for some reason. So he had me like get up in front of the whole class and explain myself because he just like was accusing me of cheating even though I'd like completely like done the assignment. They made me go up and like prove myself in front of the entire class on a like second class. And obviously I did it and I did it right. And then by the end of the semester, I was like the best in the class. So he'd actually invited me to do some research with him. So it's definitely a 180 from like the start of the semester to the end of the semester, but it was very frustrating to deal with, especially like just feeling like, I don't know, he was trying to like humiliate me in front of like all of the other students and stuff. It was, I don't know, it was something else. It was very annoying though, and just kind of scary too, because it's like I knew that I hadn't cheated, but like always worried that like if he like just didn't believe me and like reported me to the dean. I mean, obviously I was able to like prove that that was the case, but yeah, exactly. It was just a nightmare. I think he figured out like pretty early on at least that I know what I'm doing and to not like mess with me. Yeah, not something I should have had to have dealt with in the first place. Oh, that's a nightmare, yeah. I mean, I got an A in the class, so all turned out all right. Yeah, don't mess with Duffer KH. That's right. I did not end up doing research with him. So I'm sure that's not surprising to hear. Right. So all of those are watered. Over here watered. Did I water these? They're sparkling. I'm gonna go in and at least water. Yeah, they're all sparkling, so these should be all fully watered as well. Forgot to water mine yesterday, so they're a little behind. Imagine having to grade your group members. Like, they should get A, B, C, etc. I've had professors where it's like after you're done, you'll assess each of your group members and that it like can impact their grade. And like that's always nice because I feel like, I mean, normally like I haven't had to like in those instances, I haven't had to be like, this person deserves no credit, because usually knowing that is enough to like scare people into like actually participating. So that's good at least. But I have really appreciated whenever professors have like offered that as part of their like grading scale, and like I've had them like stick to it and be like this will impact like what grade you get. So like make sure you are an active member of your group. Because I've had way too many group projects where I'm quite literally doing all of the work. Oh, true. If you were in the same group with the bullies, that could turn out horrible for you, though. They give the good ones a bad rep. Yeah. Okay. what I want to do right now, not to completely divert the conversation, I want to set up like a lighthouse area. So I'm going to take this over to Harv's Island and look at my customization options with Cyrus and then figure out where I want to go from there. Yeah, I feel like healthcare, you get like the two extremes of types of people. Like you either have like the most like self-centered, like mean people, or you have the people like the biggest hearts. I luckily haven't dealt with any like horrible healthcare providers or anything. Although I will say, I did have an instance where I went to the ER because I was worried that I had a stroke. It ended up just being a really bad migraine, but like that's how bad it was that I thought it was a stroke. And the doctor there was like, it was at COVID at the time. So he had me like take off my mask and was like, your face does look a little droopy. And I had to inform him that no, like my mouth is just a little crooked. You probably like can't even like tell too much, but like I just had to inform him like, nope, like that's just my face. And I could tell he felt so bad. But it was so funny. I mean, I was laughing about it. Like, it's not something that I'm like super self-conscious about or anything, because it's one of those like you have to be looking pretty closely to notice it. So I thought it was really funny that he kind of called it out, because I've never had anyone point it out. It's just one of those things that like only I've ever noticed. Is the lighthouse a climbable one? Oh, I have no clue. Oh, yeah, if the professors choose your groups. Yeah, I've had that where they'll just like randomize them. Most would like let us choose our groups, which was nice. But there were sometimes like I was in classes where like I didn't know anyone. So I would kind of just like get grouped with like random people who had like an extra spot in their group. Seeing it firsthand drives you nuts. Ugh. Yeah, I'm luckily not too many nightmares. Oh, wow, thinking you had a stroke is super scary, but it's good to hear it was nothing but a funny story. Yeah, it was like, so I get like migraines with aura. I get them very, very rarely, but it's like pretty much just like adds these like extra symptoms before the migraine actually hits. So it's like your vision gets all messed up. I was like having difficulty like even like reading and writing and like understanding language. And like half my face went numb. So I like was freaking out. It was the first time I'd ever gotten one. So like I thought I was having a stroke. I now since know it was just a migraine, and I get them super, super rarely. Like I haven't had one for several months, so I'm pretty lucky. I know some people like suffer from like very like chronic migraines, whereas when I get them, they're really bad, but I get them so rarely that it doesn't like have a huge impact on my life. But yeah, definitely scary at first. My 4th year in college is the best year ever. Oh, that's good. It's fun being able to just like end with a bang. 2nd year is second best. Okay. Yeah, I feel like that's when you like really start to like get into your major and really like meet people and stuff like that. So 2nd year can also be really fun. My college was like a little wonky because like I did this like work program. So I was only actually on campus like every other semester. And I did a total of like 5 years instead of 4. So it was kind of difficult to really like get to know too many of the students in my classes. But I was also like in a sorority, so I at least had like friends through that. And I was part of like multiple student orgs, so I had friends through those as well. But I didn't get to know too many of my classmates as well. So sad to hear. I hope that to be the best of healthcare providers. I'm sure you would. I mean, the fact that like you even recognize that it's an issue and are actively trying to be different just shows like you're one of the good guys, so don't worry. I've heard some people getting really bad migraines like that. I hope you don't get them ever again. Thanks. I've seen where it's like you can get, I think it's called like a daith piercing. It's like a piercing like right here, kind of in like the cartilage part of your ear. And supposedly those can help with migraines. So if I ever have like major issues with them again, I'll probably look at that as an option. I know it sounds kind of like woo-woo wah-wah, like wishy-washy fake science, but like a lot of people swear by it. And it's like, you know, worst case scenario, it's just a cool piercing. Awesome, you were in a sorority? Yes, I was. I wasn't like super involved kind of like later on and like COVID hit, so it made things all sorts of wonky. I ended up graduating like 2022, so it's kind of like a decent chunk of my college experience was pretty heavily impacted by COVID. But at least like my freshman year and like part of my sophomore year were pretty normal. All right, let's see what the options are for this. I I don't hate the brown. The yellow is kind of cute, but very bright. White's kind of basic. The red could be cute as well. I do like the blue because the stripes are pretty cute. I think I'll go with this. I think it would go well with the Vibes My Island because I want to put it on like the peninsula in my island. So I have a little like beach boardwalk area, and when you go back to my island, I can show you guys. But I have like a little beach boardwalk area, but then I also have like the one castle area. Like this might match the vibes of the castle area more, but it'll be closer to the boardwalk. So I'd like to do something a little more colorful. We'll go with this. I'd say give it a try if it's not super evasive. You never know. Some simple things can fix up. Yeah, that's why you'll hear people like, the only thing that ever fixes my migraines is just going to McDonald's and getting like a fry and a Diet Coke and they're just gone. So far, the only thing I found is just like sleeping helps a lot and like going crazy with caffeine. The problem is sometimes it's like, I'll first try just drinking a bunch of caffeine to see if that fixes it, and it won't. And then I can't sleep because I've just like hopped myself up on a bunch of caffeine. So it's kind of like a bit of a juggling game. Like, how bad is this migraine? Like, do I need to just sleep it off, or can I just like drink a bunch of caffeine? That's a cute emote. It is cute. The little kitty with like the cheerleading pom-poms. Okay, yeah, I bought this from Red, which is a fake, but this is also very obviously a fake. And I was like, you know, I might use this little guy as decoration somewhere. I don't know. I just wanted to like refresh his options. I'm not too pressed for money right now in the game, so that's good. So you have to hibernate to save yourself from the migraines. Pretty much. It's really just like, that's the one nice thing about getting the like the auras, those like weird side effects I was talking about, is they come before the migraine. So it kind of works as like a bit of a warning system. So it's like, I'll try to figure out like, okay, how much time do I have to like try to fall asleep and then try to quickly fall asleep before the actual like pain of the migraine hits, because that's always the worst part. But it like pretty much acts as like a little bit of a warning system. Like when I first start getting the side effects, I know I have like an hour to figure my my things out. And sometimes like if I was at work, I'd be like, okay, I gotta get home, because it's like it impacts my like visibility. So it's like if I don't get home quick enough, then I like can't drive. So it's definitely a pain whenever it does hit. But like I said, they're super, super rare. All right. I'll show you the little boardwalk area. Yeah, I would not wish them upon anybody. I know some people like really like struggle with them and like get them super frequently, and like I mean, I couldn't imagine. That would be horrible. So I'm pretty fortunate, all things considered. This is kind of like the front of my boardwalk. So I have Able Sisters down here to kind of act as like a little like beach boutique, maybe a bit of like surf shop vibes with the little boards in front of them, like a little changing room to go with it. And I've just set up a little like sandcastle and a couple of chairs, little like ice cream on the beach. This thing goes into the dock, which will, I guess, pretty soon have a hotel sticking off of it, which is going to be kind of cool. That's why I kind of want to work on doing more of this. But I also do have like a couple villagers that live over here. I still need to work on this. I don't know who I'm going to end up having over here. I don't know if I'm going to want like these two villagers that I have or what I'm going to do. I'm changing around what villagers I'm going to have anyway. Like right now in here is Bones, because I just got his amiibo card for Christmas. So I'm inviting him, and I still need to figure out who he's going to replace exactly. And then I'd invited Sherb also through an amiibo, and then he asked to leave, but I still kind of want to bring him back. I just let him leave because I knew I could like swap out someone I didn't want. So I need to figure out who all I do want to keep. I can show you my island map. So I have Marlowe, and he's a contender to kick because I just got Fret, who's also cranky, but I do like Marlowe. Think you'll move back to Indiana? No. Indiana's fine. Just not what I'm looking for. I'm actually kind of looking at trying to do something like abroad. I don't know if I would necessarily like settle down abroad, but I figured at least like while I'm young, it would be a cool opportunity. But no, not really planning to go back to Indiana. A little hotel would be cute. Well, yeah, that's part of the update. So they're adding like a hotel onto the pier. So you can like decorate hotel rooms and there'll be like other villagers who will like come and visit your hotel. You've never used an amiibo. Nice, you got Raymond. Yeah, I actually got Raymond through an amiibo, but he's kind of on the list to possibly kick. So I ended up inviting Raymond because like when you get his amiibo and you have the opportunity to have Raymond, he's kind of just like a legend. So you kind of have to, but I don't actually like him that much. But he's the only villager that I have I forget what his type is. It's not Snooty, but it's like the male version of Snooty, pretty much. Snobby? No, I don't think that. I forget what the type is, but he's the only one that I have of him, of that type. So it's like, okay, maybe I should get rid of him. I have a lot of normal villagers. I have Tia, Lolly, and Ione are all normal villagers. So probably when I first invite Bones, I'm going to kick off Ione. I might like her the most of the three, but I got her through an amiibo, whereas I just got Lolly and Tia from the luck of the draw. So I'm worried about kicking them off and then regretting it. Whereas if I regret kicking off Ione, I can always like bring her back and replace one of them. So I'm a little on the fence about who all I'm going to keep. This is Fret. He's for sure staying. I love Fret. Right now, my favorite villager might actually be Claude, but he is a lazy villager, and both Sherb and Bones are also lazy villagers, so I would have 3 lazy villagers if I do end up inviting Sherb back, and then also I'm for sure inviting Bones. I mean, like, I specifically was gifted his amiibo card because I did a villager hunt trying to get him, didn't get him, ended up getting Fret, which is fine, because I love Fret. But I don't know if I need 3 lazy villagers. It is probably like my favorite personality type, whereas normal is actually probably like my least favorite. I also don't love Judy, but there's a specific DIY that I want that only Judy can give me. So I'm keeping her around at least until I can get that DIY. So I might even, I don't know, keep her around, and then once she gives it to me, I replace her with Sherb. But that could be a really, really long time. So I don't know if I want to wait that long. But we can see she knows fine. I like her. She's cute. I like her like house aesthetic, and she works for the little farm area that I've put her in. So I don't really intend to get rid of her. I definitely like her more than a lot of the other ones on this list. And I love Mac. He was actually one of my starter villagers, so his house looks like shit. But he's also my only jock, and I can't imagine like wanting any other jock because I feel like I don't really like the jock personality types that much, but I've like loved Mac because he's just one of my OGs. He calls me Vitamin D and he calls me bro. So it's like I kind of just like want to keep him because he makes me happy. But that's what I'm trying to figure out right now. So short-term plan is to invite Bones and kick off Ione. But then I don't know when I'm going to bring other people, if I will end up bringing Ione back, when or if I'll bring Sherb back. So we'll see. I love how you know how much you know about this game. Thanks. I've been like absorbing so much content. Like I didn't realize that you could only get specific DIYs from specific villagers. And I really want the garden bench, which you can only get from snooty villagers. And Judy is my only snooty villager. So it's like, if I ever want to get it, my best bet is to keep her on. It is still technically possible to get it from like a DIY that like washes ashore on your beach, like the little message in a bottle. But the odds of that happening is just so much more rare than getting it from an actual snooty villager. So I've been keeping her around. I also bully her quite a bit because I've had her for a while now and she's yet to give me the DIY. So I do yell at her a lot to go back to her house and start crafting because she pisses me off. But I gotta keep her around until she gives me what I want. Yeah. This is a little boardwalk. It then goes up to this little like seaside restaurant. And then this is where I want to put my lighthouse, is like up on this peninsula. So I'll do something more with this beach. I probably won't just like leave this plain. Don't know exactly what I'll do here yet. But I want to start working on my little lighthouse section. Oh, that's kind of a big fish. Do I dare? That's where I put the lighthouse. I feel like it's pretty common. Like people either put them on the rocks or put them on their peninsulas. How late you planning on streaming today? Probably I'll just try to figure out some of this lighthouse stuff and then call it. which I don't know if I'll even be able to like fully finish it, because I'll need to figure out, there might be some like more items that I'll want, but it's just a sea bass. So probably like at least another like 30-ish minutes if I had to guess. I think you can climb up this anywhere. Okay. So let me... Luna here? No, it's just the ocean. That makes sense. So let me look through my inventory and just figure out, like, what do I have that would look cute with that? That is perfect timing for me. Perfect. I'm still trying to figure out, like, time-wise of, like, when's an ideal time for me to stream and everything. So, like, if you look at my schedule, it's just, like, all over the place right now if you just look at the schedule on Twitch. Because I kind of will just, like, do it when I end up having, like, free time that day. So this is the DIY I want, this garden bench. I got these 3 from my sister, but I want the actual DIY so I can just, like, make more when I want them. Because it's, to me, like, the best bench in the game. And I will likely want multiple. In fact, I'll probably actually use one for this section here. Like, look at these other bench options. That's, yeah, a lecture hall bench, not the vibe. Wedding bench, not the vibe. Log bench, not the vibe. Outdoor bench, public bench. Like, none of these are it. This is, like, the best bench in the game. There's also, like, an iron garden bench that I like as well. And that you have to get from a sisterly villager, which I don't have any. So that I'm a little more screwed on. All right, what else could possibly look cute over by the lighthouse? Could not afford a throne once, and I asked a friend to buy it, and the friend ended up gifting it to me. Oh, that's nice. I know when I got my sister back into the game when I went home over the holidays. She had also stopped, and we literally looked not only through each other's like catalog, but also through all of our DIYs to see if there was like anything that the other one like wanted. And then she also gave me a bunch of green mums because she started playing this game like when it first came out. Whereas I started, technically, I think just like a couple years ago. And then I took a big break from it. Like I looked earlier and I have like 275 hours, which seems like a lot, but like it's not actually that much compared to like some people who started at the beginning. Classy, I like that. I got a feeling you got some interior design skills. I can right now my house is not looking great. I can show it. I was trying to just like get it up to S rank, but I feel like I just like don't have a lot of like the furniture I want. I mean, it's not horrible, but it's definitely just not where I would like to get it. This could even look kind of cool near the lighthouse. I might move some of these just to see what they end up looking like. I feel like sometimes it's nice to have some like variation with like vertical. I spell it right. I don't see anything spelled wrong, so I think you're good. Ooh, street lamps could definitely be cute by it. Probably don't need a urinal next to my lighthouse. I spelled it wrong. No, I think you're good. I can maybe try some like different plant options. I don't know that I'll end up using those. Oh, this could definitely be a good option. Play around with maybe just like some of this. This as well. Grab one of those signs and this. The signs I have are just like red wanted signs. Oh my gosh, I have a bunch of these. I think these are all fake, but I plan on using them for decoration. I spell stuff wrong a lot. If mine outruns my fingers. Oh, trust me, I'm the same way. The amount of times I'm having to like correct myself when typing is crazy. I'm gonna grab this to put on the beach. Okay. If there's anything in here that I want to use. I didn't really get any table to put it on. Let's see. A little picnic basket. Be a lantern. Grab a radio. I think I'll grab... I guess that's technically a cassette player. I'll grab both of those. Always love decorating with a book. Ooh, this could look kind of cool. You set up the beachside restaurant yourself? Yes, I did. Autocorrect is another problem too. That's true. Autocorrect certainly gets me a lot. I'd say I end up doing something with the treasure hunt. The little bottled ship might look cute. Let me grab some tables from here then. I might end up needing to change some of these colors, but I figure just grabbing some basic ones to start with would be nice. That's probably too big anyway. So we'll start with that. I'll show you guys my house real quick. It looks okay. It's not horrible. I'm excited for the update because there's going to be some new furniture in it that's a bit more modern. So I'd like to get some of that new furniture. I wrote hello but forgot the... Oh no. It just said hell. This is my living room. Pretty basic. Got some green. And to the left, I have my bathroom. Which I keep dimly lit. Kind of cozy. No real reason to have two bathtubs. But I was kind of going for a bit of like a Japanese bathhouse vibe. Even have like the fancy Japanese toilet. Cute, it's cozy. Thank you. Tankless toilet. Yep. I gotta be careful because I have a stool in front of this piano. So many times when I'm running by here, I just accidentally sit on the stool. To the right, I have my kitchen, which I do like my kitchen. I think my kitchen looks pretty cute. It's a little crammed, but I do like my kitchen. I'd like to replace these with like the Nordic chairs instead so it matches the table better. But I feel like this looks pretty cute. Can you play the piano IRL? I can play a very basic Ode to Joy and maybe like a Hot Cross Buns. I was just looking to fill the space and I thought the piano would be a good option. Well, yeah, exactly. I did choir when I was in middle school and then like a little bit of high school. So I learned some like basic piano skills to help for that. And like I had a little keyboard growing up, but that was the extent of it. I realize this is some very harsh lighting. Yeah, let's do that instead. That's much cozier. This is my little office space. You can see I've even got my little circuit set up. Since I'm an electrical engineer. I also have like an extra workbench in here. I don't really... Oh no. Judy! Okay. Middle school choir too. Yeah. Violin as a kid and drums. And drums would be cool. Violin is nice too. I feel like the issue with violin though is when you're first learning, it is miserable to listen to. Because it's definitely like, I feel like one of the harder instruments to kind of get the basics down. All right, what do you want, Judy? Let's just play some high card, low card, then you can get out of here. This is what I mean by a bully Judy. She comes over to my home when I'm in the middle of giving my friends a house tour and demands my attention, demands I come to the door to let her in when she has yet to even give me the garden bench. The violin, yeah. I do love like a string quartet. Down with Judy, exactly! I feel like it is good to have a villager that you've got beef with, otherwise it gets too boring. Like, it's fun to have someone to hate. Let's see if she rage baits me in high card, low card. If this is not higher. Okay. I was about to throw hands with Judy if it was lower. Okay. Well, I'll just continue on with the tour. Very good point. I'm curious who I have as my island bully. It's just fun to, like, I don't know, have beef. I guess in the real world, you always have some people you do and don't like. This is my bedroom. This was when I was kind of starting to run out of more cohesive furniture, but I feel like it like kind of gets the vibe across. It's kind of more like dark and moody and cozy. But this is where I want some of the more like modern furniture that you get with the hotel. I think it'll look a bit better in here rather than this antique furniture. I do like the look of the antique furniture. It's just not as much as my own like personal style. So I had a lot of like the matching stuff, which is why I went with it. Oh, the bedroom is so good. Oh, really? Okay, good. That's why I feel like if this is like your vibe and you like the more antique look, like I like to think I did a pretty good job with it. It's just not as much my personal style. So I'd like to make it a bit more modern, but I do think it looks nice. Like I do like this bed. It's kind of one of those things like if I went to like a hotel that looked like this, I'm like, oh, this is so cool. But in my own personal home, I want something that just feels a bit cozier. That looks fancy. Yeah, the vintage stuff, or I think it's the antique stuff. Like they call it like antique bed or whatever. Yeah, you wore out your welcome when you entered my home, Judy. Okay, bye. But I think it's for fridges, like the antique bed and the antique chairs and stuff like that. I think they're a bit on the pricey side. Which, like, I do like the look of them. I'll probably end up using them in, like, a villager's home. And then this is my basement. And that's all that needs to be said on that. I'm gonna sell this sea bass so I can get it out of my inventory in case I pick anything up I want to be able to. I like the little ship. Thank you. the yacht that I keep in my basement, as one does. I'm just gonna... no, because I'm gonna have to deal with their phone call tomorrow if I put it in the Dropbox. So I put all of my most expensive items down in there. Originally, it was just my, like, shrine to Mac. But then I put, like, all of my most expensive items down because I thought it would help me get S tier. Which I did end up getting S tier. If you actually want to, like, see the video of me redoing my entire home to try to get S tier, I do have the VOD up on my YouTube channel. So you can also see what my house looked like before as well. All right. Let's play around with putting some stuff up around the lighthouse and just see how it looks. Would you ever come to TwitchCon? I mean, I would definitely be interested in doing it. I've never been to TwitchCon before. Like, as, like, a guest or as just, like, someone, like, going to go, like, meet their, like, favorite streamers or anything. By putting... Let's go here. But maybe... Well, no, I guess that doesn't really make sense. I'm also going to enter construction mode because I'll probably want to put down some custom paths. Last year was my second time going. Was that cool? I've always been like curious, like exactly like how it works. Because I've seen like some like vlogs and stuff from it. I did have a lot of fun chatting with streamers one-on-one and just meeting them IRL, even though I do not stream. Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's kind of like the whole like fun and going, is you get to like meet some of your favorite streamers. Oh, will it not let me paint this? I just wanted to put a little like rock here. Is this too far forward? Wait, no, that's all it can go. That's frustrating. What if I pick this up first? Then will it let me paint? No. Paint in like this corner? No, I can't paint anywhere over there. Thought I heard a balloon. I think it's also just cool to be around a lot of like-minded individuals too. Like, I feel like that's just, like, with any sort of convention. Last year I met 5+ who I followed, and the first time I went only... Oh, so you just got to, like, meet a lot more people the following year? Or, the prior year. Oh, first time you went was, like, 6 or 7, then last year 25+ people. Interesting. So they've, like, it seems like have made it a little bit, like, better and just, like, easier to meet more people, which is good. Do all these sides look the same? Yeah, we'll keep the little door on the front there. Thank you. Oh, thank you for the sub. Sorry, for some reason, my like OBS is messed up, so it's not showing me my activity feed actively, so I have to like look and see what my actual stream looks like. I just got all of my like streaming stuff like reset up because I took some of it home with me when I was traveling. And I thought everything in OBS was working, but it obviously was not. So I need to figure that out. But thank you for the sub. Okay, I feel like a little bench would look cute somewhere here. To lead that far back, but then you can't really reach that, so that seems pointless. Could stick this down here. Turn. Look out that way. I feel like I don't like that as much though. You're friends with Ivandella IRL, and she is the same with getting all the setup going. I know. I feel like I always have something wrong every single time. Like I once started a stream and was streaming for like probably like 20 or 30 minutes until one of my friends joined and it was like, hey, I can't hear you. I'd had my mic muted the whole time. Like, just, this is my mic. I just had this pressed so that it muted me. I try to, like, when I'm then, like, posting my VODs and stuff to YouTube, like, cut those little bits and pieces out. Like, I've had issues with, like, my display and stuff, too. Or, like, my most recent stream right before this, when I was, like, doing a villager hunt, I didn't realize until after I had finished streaming that my stream was going at maybe like 2 frames per second. So that was frustrating because I'd like done an entire stream before I realized that. That's why I didn't end up like streaming anymore at home, because the only thing that had changed was just like one other person was in the house and my parents just don't have very good Wi-Fi. So I just kind of learned like, okay, I don't think it can handle streaming if there's like more than one person on the Wi-Fi. So I kind of like stopped streaming while I was home, but Luckily, the actual like video save file was fine. So my VOD is okay. It was just the stream that was rough. You streamed while you were still traveling. Yeah, so it wasn't as like good of a setup. I just brought like my webcam home with me and then my capture card and my Switch. And then I guess like my headphones as well. But otherwise, like I just use like my laptop rather than my actual PC to run OBS. And then was also using like the microphone on my laptop because I didn't realize. So this does have like, this headset has a mic and that was my plan for using it. But I was limited on ports on my computer, so I had to plug it into the aux cable, so it wasn't actually able to do the mic input. It could just do audio output to my headphones. So I ended up having to just use the microphone on my laptop. So it was a bit rough, like not as good like audio quality, and then not as good like lighting and stuff either, because I didn't have like my lights and stuff set up at home. I also like haven't told my parents that I stream, so I was like trying to be all like secretive about it while I was doing it too. But I was able to get some streams in. Like for a little bit while I was home, both of my parents were like still going to work and everything before they were off for the holidays. So then it was easy, but then like once they came back and there was more than one person on the Wi-Fi, it became difficult. Because I also did just like some gaming with friends like off stream as well. So like they couldn't tell if I was streaming or not anyway while they were home. But it was making it so that my stream quality wasn't as good just since their Wi-Fi isn't very good. So I did like one stream like that. I was like, I don't want to do another stream that's only like 2 frames per second. So I didn't do any more streaming and just took like the second week of my stay just like off. So now I'm back to it. So I had to like bring all of my stuff home and like set it all back up. Happens, but I think you're doing great. Well, thank you. I've worked hard to try to make sure that like my quality of everything is good. Luckily, a lot of it's like stuff I kind of already had. Obviously, I like bought like the microphone and like the capture card and stuff like that. But for the most part, it's like stuff that I've already been working with, which is good. All right. Place this back down. Let me just move this completely. Or this up as no. Okay, let's see if I can place the paint now. I just feel like it would look silly blank, and I obviously like, don't want to put anything in front of it. That back down. A little stone path going up to it too. I don't think, like, that looks kind of... That happens with travel streaming. Are you waiting to surprise your parents with streaming, if you don't mind me asking? I don't think they'd, like, have an issue with it or anything. I just feel like... I've told a couple of my siblings, so it's not, like, unknown to anyone in my family. I just am kind of waiting for, like, the right time to tell them. I feel like my mom's never been as, like, into like video games or anything. We actually did get her to play Mario Kart over the holidays, and like that was a big win. But she's even mentioned before, she's like, I don't understand why people like watch other people play video games. So I'm like waiting a little bit to like mention it. It was funny because at one point my dad was actually talking about like, oh, like people are like making some serious money and like having serious opportunities from like doing stuff with like social media, and like just kept my lips shut. And then there was actually one day where I walked into the kitchen and there was a Stream Deck sitting on the counter, and I'm like, have I been caught? Like, did they figure out what it was? No, my dad just decided to buy one for himself so he could like press buttons to get to like Hulu and Netflix quicker. But I thought I'd been caught. I mean, again, I don't really care. Like, I don't plan on like hiding it from my parents for forever or anything like that. It's just for now, I haven't exactly told them. I can only take like one long vacation once a year. Yeah. And gotcha, that is great. Yeah. You know, I've been pretty lucky. My old job, I had like a decent amount of like PTO. I got like 4 weeks of PTO, which is huge for the US. I know that's like way more than like most people get. So I got like pretty lucky with like being able to take some trips. And then I got laid off, so I had a lot of free time. I actually got laid off 2 days before I left on a 2-week trip to Japan. So at least I didn't have to worry about like getting stuck anywhere, but that was obviously very stressful. I became lucky. Yeah, exactly. The 4 weeks is very generous. Oh no. Oh yeah, Jurassic Shark. You missed what I mentioned earlier that I got laid off like 2 months ago. I guess maybe like more like 3 months ago now. It was a little weird because like I said, I like went to Japan right after it. And then my family actually like went on a trip to Savannah, Georgia, like right after I was going to get home from Japan, and I wasn't originally going to join them because I just didn't have the PTO for it. But then I had all the time off in the world, so I was able to like join them in Savannah. So I ended up going on like a 3-week long vacation right after being laid off. So definitely helped improve the mood a bit. 2 years ago, I went to the UK, France, Belgium. Last year, I went to Italy and Switzerland. I went to go to more European sites. Oh, nice. Yeah, I went to France, England, and Scotland earlier this year. And then back like this was when I was like really young, like in high school, I went to Austria, Germany, and Italy on a trip, and then Italy and Greece on another trip. They don't deserve you anyway. You'll find the best place this year. Japan sounds amazing. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It wasn't my first time in Asia. I actually did like a 2.5 week long trip in Hong Kong a few years ago, and that was amazing. I feel like not enough people are like traveling to Hong Kong. At least I feel like you don't hear it as much as like a big popular destination for like Americans. But I loved it. I thought it was so cool. Got any other places you'd like to vacation to? Oh, I have a bunch that I went to vacation to. I feel like next on the list would probably be like Scandinavia or Thailand. I've also kind of been interested in possibly like a trip to like Mongolia. I also haven't been anywhere in like Central or South America, so I would definitely like to do that. We've talked about like a trip to Guatemala. I think something to like Peru would also be really cool. I love traveling. It's like my absolute favorite thing to do. So trust me, I plan on doing lots. And I loved London. That's actually what I was talking about. Maybe looking for something abroad. One of the cities I'm targeting is London. If I could find a job there, I'd be very happy. You would go to the UK again, and guess what is the reason why? Why? I mean, I know why I want to go back, but what do you like about it? No, not that one. Use more of the bigger rocks. They speak English. Yeah, that does make it easier. That was one reason why I really liked Hong Kong. It was a British colony for 100 years, so most people there were like fluent in English, so it made it very easy to get around. So it was kind of like a nice blend of like the Western and Eastern culture. And there's just like so much to do too, because it's like such a huge city. Like there's like, if you're interested in doing more like naturey things, there's a lot of options for that. But then also if you want to spend more time in the city, there's a lot of options for that as well. Because like they have beaches, they have mountains, you could go island hopping, but then it's also like a major metropolitan area. Well, I love the travel plans. I want to come. When I get my internship done next year, I plan to take a break and travel a bunch. Plus, I do MLS on the side and can do international work. Oh, that's cool. That was one thing. I was supposed to be traveling international for my last job. And then they ended up like right after I started, they cut a bunch of like travel budget and stuff like that. So there were multiple times where like I was supposed to go to China at one point. I was supposed to go to Germany at one point, and everything just kept getting cut. Did you go to Buckingham Palace when you went to London? We went to the outside of it, but we never actually like went inside and like did a tour inside. Yeah, exactly. Went to the front, did not go in. Exactly. Yeah, I'd like to go in at some point, but if I move there, I'll have plenty of time for that. What gonna do? Maybe this one next. I want to create a little bit of like a stone path through this area. I feel like would make it seem more realistic. I might curve it down a bit and have it follow kind of this. I'll probably only do it to like maybe like here. Have it like go to here as though you like walk up from the beach and like walk along it over here. Would you meet the royalty if you got the opportunity? I mean, sure, why not? Yeah, all you really see is the guards from like the courtyard area. If you look like way back in my family, there's like some connections to the royal family there. One of my like ancestors got booted out of the UK by Oliver Cromwell because he was in line for the Irish throne. And somehow ended up in Canada. What would you say or do to them if you met? I don't know. Because I feel like I wouldn't really like, if I could say something that could actually change policy, I would ask them to join the EU. I feel like probably don't have too much control over that realistically, but that'd be probably the biggest like policy change I would want to see for the UK. But I feel like otherwise I would probably just have a casual conversation with them. I feel like, I don't know, I've never really been one to like idolize any like celebrities or anything like that. So I feel like I would just like talk to them like just any normal person. I feel like that's also probably what they would prefer anyway. Then again, I mean, maybe they are used to being treated like royalty and would want to be treated as such. Steal some of my blue hyacinths, actually. Put them on like either side of the bench. Would you show etiquette or not? Yeah, I would definitely be very like polite and like as formal as I can be. My parents had us take like cotillion classes when I was in middle school. So, I mean there's no space. Literally right here where I'm standing. Okay, let me try moving the bench. This might be like a half, like on the half tile instead of the whole. Yeah, it is. You see now that looks silly because I feel like it's not properly placed there. Oh, what did you learn? We mostly learned like ballroom dancing and like proper like eating etiquette and stuff like that. It wasn't super useful. My parents were convinced it would help me in a job interview someday. But it was always like awkward because you had to do like ballroom dancing, and usually like the other people that were in it were like people that you knew from middle school because it was just like local. So you would have to like ballroom dance with boys from middle school. So as I'm sure you can imagine, that was extremely awkward. I brought a triangle. Oh, here it is. Triangular topiary. Wonder if that would look better. I don't think a flower would fit right there. I'll get one here. I think it'd just be nice to add like some. Yeah. Cute. Maybe throw another one right here. Cute. Very simple. Just like it. Away ballroom dancing on my bucket list. I barely remember anything. There's one dance I remember, but I don't even remember which one it's called. I just remember the footwork for it. So not too much. Like, would you bow to the royal people even though you do not live in the UK? Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's just customary to anyone. Like, I feel like you don't necessarily like need to be from there in order to like still it's just like treat them with like the respect that they would expect. Like, it's not that I idolize them in any way, don't get me wrong, but I feel like that's still like kind of just considered customary because they are still like part of the royal family. Like I said, I'm looking at living there. I don't want to piss off the royal family. Okay. Maybe instead of having this right in this position, I might actually put a street lamp here instead because I feel like it needs some more vertical height. color this looks cute. I might actually customize this garden bench and just see what the other color options are. Probably learned that in Cotillion class too, I guess. We actually didn't learn about like bowing culture. We learned like the proper way to sit. Like just some really like kind of random stuff. I like the lamppost. Thanks. Yeah, I think the lamppost looks good. I'm gonna get out some customization kits. Just to see if there's maybe a different color option that I want to use for the bench. I don't dislike the current colorway, but since I have like the white lamppost, I'm wondering if maybe like a white iron would look better. But I don't dislike the black with it either. I feel like it brings in some nice contrast. Just want to see. I don't know what the different options are for this. Like I could do this. Like the all white. But I'm wondering if that would be too much white then. I'll go ahead and do it. The customization kits are pretty cheap. And if I end up not liking it, I have 2 other garden benches, so. All right, let's see how this looks. Is that too much white? With like the white lamppost? I could even see, because I have black lampposts other places in my island. So maybe, oh, I put that way too far over. So maybe even white bench, black lamp. Back. Maybe I like that. Because it kind of brings in some of the cohesiveness for the lamps that I have like on the other side of my island. And I feel like I want flowers still over here. Oh, not that far away. No, will it let me? I feel like ideally it would be in this position, but I think the lamppost is considered being right there. But that looks so awkwardly far away. This is where I wish you could like plant stuff on the half tile. Like the fact that you can place stuff on the half tile but can't plant on the half tile gets really annoying. I mean, I could try... Oh, did not mean to grab my fishing rod. Over one more. And this is really tight. I don't like how that then looks with the stone path. Do I have any like DIYs that would be good? Because items you can place on the half tile. So if I have a good, like an item that would look good there, I could do that. Thank goodness it's Friday tomorrow. True. And then it's the weekend again. I say as I'm unemployed. True. Yeah. I never took classes to learn proper etiquette, but want to. I would like to do some fine dining one day. Yeah, it is nice to just like know all the like proper rules for that. And like we learned like the proper way to like set a table. So, you know, whenever we have like some sort of like fancy meal and I need to set the table, like I know how to do it properly. And then just like knowing just like the basic rules for I guess like fine dining. I don't know. I feel like depending on what kind of fine dining you're doing, it kind of doesn't matter. Because, like, I've been to fancy restaurants and, like, no one's noticing. Like, if you're with someone that you know that also doesn't know the proper etiquette, like, you're just going to eat and everything will be fine. No one's going to, like, kick you out for it. But if you're, like, at some sort of, like, formal dinner where maybe you're, like, with someone you don't know or something like that, then that would be a good instance to know it. There's really not too much to it, though. Like, don't get me wrong, I feel like the class environment, like, could be fun. But I feel like you don't necessarily need to, like, do a whole class for it. I have that signpost. I could do one of the signposts there. Ooh, you know what? That might actually make a lot of sense. Because so my signpost is a wanted poster for Red. Which, I like the idea of that, like, being near the lighthouse and the little tourist lookout. That way it's like, oh, if you see his ship, like, he's wanted, come let us know. So I'm gonna do that. Like, I feel like that's kind of cool. I like this, like the idea of like the little story behind that. Let's see if I try to place this here. Well, where will it put it? Right there. Oh, I think that looks good too. Why do you need 3 different spoons and forks? It's a skill, but you may not use it often. Exactly. The idea is with all of the utensils, you go out to in. So if you're placed like 3 different like spoons and forks, that means that you will need them throughout the courses. So rather than like maybe using like 1 fork for multiple courses, like you would at like a normal restaurant, like if you order like a salad and then you get your entree, you'd probably just like hang on to your fork. The idea is like you would like put it on your plate once you're done. So when that plate's cleared, that utensil goes away with it and you have a fresh new like fork or spoon for the next one. Okay, I think I like the way that this looks. I think it'll look cuter when this isn't covered in snow. I feel like that's adding a lot of white to it. And I think it'll look nicer without it. I do need to figure out what I want to do with this. Because right now I have like the boardwalk just ending here, but I could try to continue it up. I did grab that tent. Let me see how this what the tent looks like just temporarily. Like realistically, like you'd want that facing that way, and then that looks kind of silly. Because you'd have the tent facing the water. You wouldn't have it facing like the side randomly. I could put the little like picnic basket next to it. That I could set up more as just like a little display thing. I could even set the little lantern next to it. I think that looks cute. I don't know if I'll keep it there. Especially like it's kind of in the way as you're trying to run up. I mean, you can easily go around either side of it. That's nice just to have something there temporarily. And then I also grabbed that one stall. Which I kind of want to move this because this is just like completely blocked. There's a hermit crab. Because I have the ice cream down here. Surf shop here. But then I also have a little cotton candy stand. As well as a little fortune cookie stand. Which would be cute to have both of those somewhere. Stick that up there. I feel like that's not crazy. Could even extend this out to it. And then even put the fortune cookie stand above it. That. I think I just want this facing the other way. If it was a hammock, that would be cute in the tree. I wish there is a hammock item, which I do have, so I could put one out and see what that looks like. But you can't hang it from a tree. It's just like a standing one. What do you like to do for fun around where you live? Or are you going out kind of person? I'm definitely not a going out kind of person. I'm not like no alcohol, but I just don't really tend to drink much alcohol. So I don't really like go out too much because I feel like that's the thing to do. That's kind of another reason why I don't really like want to stay in Dallas, because I feel like that's kind of like one of the only things to do is just like drink and eat and shop are like the 3 biggest things to do in Dallas. So that's where it's like I just feel like I don't really belong here. But I like going just like out and really just like doing anything and being able to like walk around. Like I like going to different like nature parks and just like walking around those. I have a dog, so I like to take him on walks. I also do Legree, which is like kind of similar to Pilates. But then obviously my favorite thing to do is travel when I can do it. Let's find this hammock. I think I've placed it anywhere yet. I also have that pergola, which would be cute somewhere. And I have this. Oh, here's that hammock. of set it right here even. Maybe the radio next to it? The idea that you're just like chilling and listening to it. I want to do more outdoor things, but the thing is they cost too much money. Yeah, that's where normally it's just like if I'm doing something like outdoorsy, I'm doing it for free. Obviously, there's places that you can like walk around as well. That's one reason why I really like London is like all of the like they have beautiful parks and gardens that are all free. There's just so much of that to do. And smart on no alcohol. I like some hiking myself. What kind of dog do you have? I have an Italian Greyhound. He's actually the bed behind me. I don't see him all that well. The webcam a bit bigger. He's kind of blending in with the. Not really bothering getting up right now. Hi. He mostly just likes to sleep all day. Ah, he's cute. Thank you. Dude, the cost does make it much harder. Yeah, I feel like things are just getting like so expensive right now in general. At TwitchCon, a water bottle costs $6. Ugh. That's what I hate is like you can't bring in outside drinks, so they can just like price gouge stuff like that. Because it's like, well, people are gonna need water. They're walking around all day, so we can charge them $6 for it. They're so annoying. That's where one of my favorite things to do in Dallas is there's a Buddhist temple. Oh, I was like, I hear something. It's just the radio next to me. There's a Buddhist temple that does like a Thai market every Sunday. And it's like one of my favorite things to do just because like go and get Thai food and the temple is absolutely gorgeous. So just very fun to do in general. But like they don't do too much like price gouging or anything like that. Like a water bottle's $1. Like pretty good normal cost for a water bottle. Like obviously they're still turning a profit on it, but like nothing crazy. And like most meals you would get from there are like $10 or less. And it's all like supporting like local communities and local businesses. So like I always feel really good about going to that. But I like doing that kind of stuff where you're just like exploring like different cultures and stuff like that. I mean, that's part of why I love to travel. The water bottle is 70 cents in stores. Exactly. So like $1 for a water bottle because it's all cash. So it'd be kind of annoying, if anything, to have to give 70 cents versus just $1. And you don't feel bad about it. Because like I said, it's supporting like local communities and stuff like that. Yeah, that's one thing that I love to do. And I love going there. I haven't been in a while just since it gets very, very busy, especially when the weather's nice. But it is fun to do. London sounds really nice to do shopping at and stuff. Oh yeah, I do also love shopping. I love even just like walking around the mall. Like I will like often go and not with the intention of like buying anything, but just like walk around, like get a coffee, walk around, just window shop. That's going the wrong way. It's this one that I want. And I love that all of the museums in London are free. Because I love to go to museums. Because it's another like perfect instance of just being able to like go and walk around and just hang out. Just nice being able to like exist places for free. Yeah, if you go to expos, just expect high prices of food, not just water bottles. Exactly. Like you'll get very like mediocre food and it'll be like $20. It has been uncharacteristically warm down here in this part of the country. Yeah. I know. I like, obviously I'm from Indiana, so I moved to Texas like 3 years ago. This past summer wasn't horrible in terms of weather, but it definitely wasn't great. I'm gonna maybe go grab the little marketplace thing to stick right there. I feel like that would be kind of cute. We worked at the Baltimore Museum of Art a few years ago when I lived in Baltimore. Oh, that would be so cool. I feel like that was a problem like when traveling and going to London and going to so many museums. You were trying to like absorb so much so quickly. So to be able to like work in a museum and really just like see everything would be cool. My sister worked at the Indianapolis Museum of Art for a little while, but she was working in like the gardens area, so they pretty much just had her as like a gardener. Usually winters are a lot colder than this. Yeah, that's definitely true. I was very surprised when I went home in Indiana and it was like 60 degrees on Christmas Day. It did end up getting like colder again, like right before I left. I could also, this could look cute, this little vertical banner. Ooh, popcorn. Popcorn on the beach. I don't think I want to do the candy machine. This is what I was looking for. This might be too big, though. I'll see. That's cool. I bet Indianapolis Museum is cool. I like it. I like it a lot. The BMA had the largest Matisse collection in the US. Oh, that's really cool. That's where it's like Indianapolis, obviously. Like, I feel like the Northeast, you tend to get like more, it's like famous stuff. So I feel like Baltimore, you maybe had a like bit more of that. But I do still really love the IMA. Okay. Here's one option. I want to push it. There. Oh, I can't push it that way at all. But it like makes too much sense. I mean, technically you bake fortune cookies. Let's see what the other options look like. Popcorn machine. That would just be like pretty much just like another little booth, which maybe this is starting to get a little too samey around here. Let's see if the marketplace banner fits. Okay. Oh, well. I don't think it will. If I push it back. Split. At all? If put it like that. Could also do just another street lamp. Go. Pretty much 90. It's like Christmas in July. Oh my gosh. I also do not trust the water bottle refill machines too. Because one time I saw the person drinking directly from it in France. Ugh. That's like cover the machine where the water comes out. That's gross. A friend of mine is stationed at the Army base in Southwest Oklahoma. 89 degrees on Christmas Day. Yeah, I am happy I at least wasn't here for Christmas. And I did get to see a bit of snow. So it was snowy like when I first got up there, and it snowed like right before I left. It didn't snow too much right before I left. I did end up getting like stuck driving during the snowstorm though, which kind of sucked. It was just like at the very end of my trip. It was kind of weird because it's like we had one day where it was like torrential downpour, tornado warning, stuff like that. And the next day it was like super windy, like incoming snowstorm, a bunch of snow. So it's just 2 crazy days in a row where I had to drive during both of them. And I hate driving during bad weather. So like that kind of sucked. Okay, I think that could be cute. It just needs to be black and not white. So I'm going to take this over to Harv's Island real quick. Bro was about to set off the fireworks to celebrate Christmas. Why? Not even a day later, it was 49 degrees where he was stationed at. Yeah. I know. I feel like the entirety of the US just went through a massive weather change. But it was between like Monday, Tuesday? Or was it Sunday, Monday? My days are all flipped from traveling. I'm just gonna fly to Harv's Island real quick. Take off. Oh, yeah. Can't be doing construction. Yeah, I actually got like a new coat for Christmas. Just funny because like since I had to deal with like just packing everything in a suitcase, I was like trying to bring as little as possible since I knew I was gonna have to bring this like big thick coat back with me. So I just brought like a super thin coat for when I first got there. And of course the very first day there, it was like 8 degrees. So it's like absolutely freezing. I had one day where like my sisters and I like waited in line outside like a really nice bakery. And you had to like, if you wanted to like make sure you got what you wanted, you had to like get there before they even opened. So we were like waiting outside and like it was probably like 20 to 30 degrees. So not as cold. I use Fahrenheit. I've lived in the US my entire life. So 8 degrees Fahrenheit. When I like first got to Indiana, it was pretty chilly. But my sisters and I were like waiting in line for this bakery and I had to like borrow one of their coats because mine just wasn't gonna cut it. And then we had like my like, I don't know if it was like the last day or like the day before my last day there. It was like negative 17 degrees with wind chill. Luckily at that point I'd already gotten my new coat, so I was okay. I do think, no, don't get me wrong. I think a lot of the units we use in the US are janky. I like Fahrenheit, and I will stand by Fahrenheit being a better system than Celsius. Like, I don't care how cold my cup of water is. I care how cold I am. So I don't know if you know. So the whole reason why Fahrenheit was invented was it was supposed to be like relative to like how the human perceives temperature. Like 0 degrees, very cold. 50 degrees, kind of mid. 100 degrees, very hot. And I feel like that makes a lot more sense than Celsius, which is based off of how water perceives temperature. Where it's like 0 degrees Celsius is frozen, 100 degrees Celsius is boiling. Damn, negative 17 degrees would really suck to be in if you didn't have a big coat. Yeah, I mean, that was with wind chill. So I think the temperature itself was maybe like 10, but it was like super, super windy. So with wind chill, it was like negative 17. I felt really bad. I brought my dog with me. And if you know anything about Italian Greyhounds, they are not hardy. They cannot stand the weather. And so like, obviously I had a coat for him. I brought multiple coats for him, more than I brought for myself. But poor little guy was not liking it, especially with the wind. I have to use military time with my other family members. Oh, really? Ah, that's interesting. That makes sense, though, to keep up with each other. Yeah, that's cool. All right, let's place this here. That's as far in as it goes. Yeah. I think just where I initially placed it's probably the best. I like this. I feel like it like kind of continues more of like the boardwalk area, and then this would like go down to like this beach part here. I feel like in a perfect world, I would have had this up one, so I could just extend this boardwalk to like the edge of this like land area. But obviously, like I already have all of these houses placed, so that would be an absolute nightmare to try to change all of that. Also, Asia uses Celsius as well, so I still need to remember how to convert it. That's fair. I just remember 23 degrees is room temperature, 0 degrees is freezing, and so I just try to gauge anywhere in between. Yeah, military time's not too bad. I like will sometimes get a little confused. Like sometimes like 1800, my mind will first go to like 8 o'clock, and then I'm like, no, it's 6. You just have to like stop and do that little bit of math. But military time, I feel like is not too crazy. I might maybe, how does that like one fence thing look here? Yeah. Back one actually. Back two. That way One more. Sometimes just like using these to like kind of close off areas a bit more. So it's just like clear that like whatever behind this is going to be its own distinct area. Don't know what this will be yet. I could set this up to be like a little like beachside cafe. That could be cute. Not going to do that right now, but I really like the little housing community setup. Thanks! I tried to like have some fun with the terraforming in the housing. Like I did kind of that a little bit over here, and then I feel like I really did a lot of it over in this area. I just wanted to have a bit of fun with it. But I used to work as a mechanic in the oil field in North Dakota. I had to deal with negative 40 to negative 50 degree wind chill while working outside in Arctic blast. Ugh. I remember when I was working in Michigan one time, we had, I think it was like a negative 60 degree wind chill. And like one of the like slogans of the company that I worked with was like, hashtag it's on me, with the idea of like, if you see something that's not safe, like you're supposed to say something about it. And the entire, like the company sent everyone a text message. It was pretty much like, hey, we understand that like it is extremely cold outside. Here's tips to make sure that you can walk outside and be safe. Hashtag remember, hashtag it's on me. Pretty much be like, it's on you to make sure that you get your ass to work on time. Like it was crazy. But yeah, having to do that regularly and like working outside during that sounds like a nightmare. I was at least like working inside, so I just had to like get into the building. I was working in like a manufacturing plant at the time, and I was like working as like an engineer, but so few people showed up to do like the line work that day that all of like even the engineers, like everyone got thrown on the line to try to like make sure that the line kept on running. Which like the only bad thing about that was I dressed for the weather, so I was in like all of these like layers, like thermal layers, thick sweaters, like everything, and then I got put into like doing manual labor inside. Like it's not like we were outside doing it, so I was sweating my ass off the entire time. It was horrible, but at least I was inside. Also in UK, they do not say exit, they use sign a way out. Yes, I remember that from like when I was there with all of the subway, or should I say the tube. And they also say crisps instead of chips. Yeah, and jumper instead of sweater. I know there's a lot that they change. Fish and chips, bruv. Exactly. I will say this. So I've only like had previously only ever had fish and chips in the US and never thought they were that great. The batter on the fish was always kind of like soggy and gross to me. Like looking at pictures of UK chips, they looked like too much potato, not enough fry. But actually having fish and chips there, I thought they were delicious, especially with like the vinegar on top. They kind of did cook with that one. I can see why it's so popular. I have cold hands in like 75 degree in hospital. Ugh, I feel that. I've had times where it's like just being like 70 degrees in the office when you're like sitting there for so long, my hands would get so cold. Oh, welcome to the chat, Gripmeister. What's up? You unfortunately joined a little late. I think I may end things here and kind of work on doing like a little like cafe setup, or at least a little sitting area setup over here. I think that could look cute. Put what I have in my inventory away first, at least. I've def seen that before where I work at now. Yeah. It was an intern from Texas too. Yeah, that's where it was kind of funny because I would tell people like, oh, I like really want to get out of the cold weather, and like, oh, like you get used to it. I'm like, I grew up in Indiana my entire life and I never got used to it. So I definitely prefer the weather here. Obviously, like the summers are kind of hell, but like if you can hack that, then like the rest isn't so bad. Yeah, I think that's where I'm gonna leave things off today. Obviously, I have a little more work to do along the beach, but I like the progress that we've made so far with it. Kind of just like extending this a little bit more to bring in more of that like boardwalk vibe. And then obviously setting up my little lighthouse area. And just like these little like setup areas. I just like to imagine like people coming to the beach and hanging out. I've also seen where people have done like custom paths to make it look like a picnic blanket. I'm not sure if you can do that. No, I mean, you can do custom paths on the beach. Never mind. I was worried you wouldn't be able to do it on sand, but obviously you can. So that could be a really cute option to almost stick like a big picnic blanket like under this that kind of like extends out. I'll probably remove this tree or move it at least to like scooch this farther back, but I will work on that another day. I'll need to find a good custom path to do there. So for now, I'll go ahead and just end this here. So thank you everyone for coming. Another shout out for the raid. That was very exciting. I'm happy you guys were able to find me. I know I had a lot of fun chatting. Are you a beach kind of girl? Prefer mountains, but I do love a beach day. I just tend to get bored. I'm one of those people where I always need to be like doing something. So it's like, I'll go sit on a beach for an hour and I'm like, okay, I'm ready to do something else now. I don't think the human body is built to adapt to cold weather anymore. You know, we maybe not. I know I'm sure as hell not. But anyway, thank you everyone. I hope to see you next time. Have a good rest of your evening. Bye.